Hi, welcome to my channel, Yaya's Heart Tarot. Tonight, I'll be asking the question, how is love coming into your life? And even if you're in a committed relationship right now, this reading might still apply to you because it doesn't necessarily deal with only romantic love. It could also deal with perhaps healing a rift between a friend or a family member, or perhaps self-love. So love comes into our life in many different forms, and so we're going to check on that question tonight. So if you'd like to take a moment, I'll show you the groups that we have tonight. Group 1 is the pink Mangano Calcite Heart. Mangano Calcite Heart. It's group 1. Group 2 is the blue Calcite Heart. Group 2, blue Calcite Heart. And group 3 is the Chrysocolla Heart. Chrysocolla Heart for group 3. So if you'd like to take a moment, breathe into the cards and tap in with your energy. And I will see you at your reading. I will link the readings in the comments below, so just tap on the link that corresponds with the group that you choose. Also, I don't read reversed cards in my readings, so I'll see you at your reading. Okay, so this is the reading for group 1. And again, we're asking the question, how is love coming into your life? How is love coming into your life? So Spirit, can you give us some general information to start with on how is love coming into group 1, the pink Mangano Heart's life? Group 1, pink Mangano Calcite Heart, how is love coming into their life? Group 1, how is love coming into their life? Okay, let's see what we got. The first card that we got here is the Temperance card. So I do feel like this may be a message about kind of mediating things, perhaps between yourself and a friend or family member who's had a little dust up, and maybe some hard feelings are still existing there. But I do feel like that might be what this reading is initially talking about, finding some middle ground for you and someone that you're maybe having some difficulties with right now. Yeah, and I think the 9 of Wands, you're pretty guarded right now. You're not really ready to move out of a safe place. You're feeling hurt, and so you're kind of protecting yourself with regard to this relationship. The Empress is coming in to try and help with some reconciliation here. Empress very strongly deals with love and motherly love, perhaps. So this could be a message that you need to sort of pour some more unconditional love into this situation, or maybe it's even a message that you need to check with your mother or a mother figure, someone that has been, you know, like a mother to you, can maybe help out with this situation. And the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands is telling me that you're not entirely certain what caused this rift in the first place. You probably, have a general idea, but you're just, it seems like it's kind of gotten blown out of proportion, and you're not just sure why it's become such a big deal, but you're really hurt by it because you feel like it shouldn't be such a big deal. So again, need to mediate the situation. You need to, moderate the situation. You need to kind of find a middle ground. I think maybe both parties in this situation are kind of going to extremes, and they're just holding on really strongly to their own point of view, and just really not stopping to listen or go outside of that, their beliefs in the situation, that they are being hurt by it or they were hurt by it, and it's just kind of not their fault. So, so I think that finding a place where you both can kind of, maybe even having this individual here in the situation as kind of a moderator. So maybe getting the three of you, or however many people are involved, but getting this additional person in there too, to kind of help see both sides of it, might help to rectify this situation a little more quickly. Okay, and the other card that we got is the Emperor card. So when I see the Empress and the Emperor card in a reading, especially this right together like this, I generally think that this kind of deals with finding a balance. Finding a balance in particular between softness and firmness, between being powerful and being an authority kind of a figure, and being loving and forgiving. So especially along with the Temperance card here, this is all basically saying that you don't have to completely give in. You don't have to give up your side of the whole thing and be the one who takes on all of the sorries, but you also shouldn't be, just the power figure in the situation, or the masculine side of it. Don't be so bound and determined to hold on to your point of view and to always win every argument. So, I'm seeing that this is saying that there needs to be some balance brought into the situation, a little give and a little take, and that will really help to kind of move you out of this energy of just feeling hurt, and really not in a place where you feel like you can make this right just yet. You're still kind of you're not ready to step up and say, I'm really sorry, or even to confront the situation, like, hey, I don't think that you were fair in what you said to me. So, Temperance, again, is saying, as well as the Emperor, who's right, who's fair, but moderate that with this love that you need to bring into the situation. So, Spirit, can you give us some more messages with regard to how Group 1 love is coming into their life? Some more messages, please, and thank you for Group 1. Oops, excuse me. So, more messages on how love is coming into Group 1's life, please. Okay, so we got the King of Cups, which is kind of talking about mastering your emotions. So don't let your emotions run away with you. Don't get wrapped up in feeling hurt or in feeling angry. Be fair about the situation, and take some time to understand not just your side, but both sides. I believe this World card here is saying you need to look at all sides of the situation. You need to not just jump into a purely emotional place, but kind of rule your emotions, get yourself settled down a little bit, and then take a look at all the perspectives in it. Take a look at all of the people that are involved and kind of where they're coming from, what world they're coming from, where's their perspective. You know, is this something that's coming out of a previous situation that maybe the other party has in their life that sort of colors everything for them? And so they may have seen this, you know, whatever happened, they may have seen it as vastly different than the way that you meant it. So, you know, take some time to take a look at the perspective of this other individual, and maybe before you do that, or definitely while you are dealing with the situation, just make sure that you're in control of your emotions so that they don't get away with you and again say something that you might regret. So Spirit, what else can you tell us about maybe the other individual in this situation? How can things best be resolved, or what's the best action to take right now with regard to this other individual, please and thank you. Okay. Okay, so we have a lot of pentacles coming out here now. Pentacles can deal with, you know, material abundance, and they can deal with wealth. They can deal with lots of things like that. But I think in this situation, kind of what the Pentacles are telling us is that you need to sort of get more grounded about this. It also came out with the Three of Swords, and so I think that this is saying that you really were hurt by this. Whatever the situation is, you're really, really hurt. It just stabbed you right in the heart. It kind of came out of nowhere. You weren't expecting it. And it really, really, really hurt you. So you're kind of in your head about it. You're thinking about it a lot. You're you know, you're dwelling on the situation. And I think that these cards over here are saying, among other things, that you really kind of need to get more grounded in the situation. Don't be so in your emotions. Don't be so in your head. Take some time to kind of stop being so wrapped up in the emotion of this. You know, I think right now you're kind of, it's feeling to me like you are, you're still really heated about the situation, or you're still really just hurt by the situation. And I think that maybe you need to kind of step back, step away from the situation for a little bit, and you know, spend some time doing something other than thinking about this so much. You know, going over and over and over and over it in your head is just sort of replaying the emotions, and it's not really solving anything, especially if you are, you know, if you're isolated, like this card here is telling us. If you're isolated and just, you know, replaying the whole thing in your own mind without any input from the other side, you're not doing anything except dragging yourself back through the mud again and again and again. And each time it's going to get a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger and more painful. And but it's not the truth of the situation. It's just kind of what's formulating in your head. You know, the Page of Pentacles here is saying, you know, look at it with a new perspective, sort of a beginner's mind. Get grounded. Get this into a more realistic size. Don't blow this out of proportion, the situation. And then, you know, the Seven of Pentacles here is saying, kind of take stock of what you've got, where you are. Maybe take stock of the relationship, where it has been in the past before all of this craziness happened. You know, stop and think back to, you know, how were things before this, and look at all the good parts of the situation, and instead of just looking at the one incident that has caused whatever this rift is between you and this other individual. And then, you know, be fair. Give a little on your side. This is talking about some give and take here. You know, give some to the individual, but don't give everything away, because you deserve some compassion in this situation as well as the other person does. So you know, I think that you need to do those things that are all very grounding and sort of centering yourself back into, you know, what does this relationship really mean to me? What has it meant in the past, and what do I want it to mean going forward? I know that your heart has been hurt and you're really guarding yourself, and you're feeling like this energy is more than what you would have expected from this situation. But, don't get stuck in this energy of thinking and overthinking about something. And look at this. That's amazing. The 10 of Cups. So once you can get to that point and you two can get together and kind of go through things, work it out, give to the other person, which will go a huge long way to healing the situation. Give some love to them. They're going to give love back to you, and you guys are going to be right back to being in just a wonderful, wonderful place. So, it doesn't get much better than the 10 of Cups. So that's just an amazing message for you. That's how love is going to need to come into your life. You're going to give some love to this other person. You're going to give some love to the past relationship that you guys have always had. Rather than giving some heartache to the current situation, which, again, maybe just got really blown out of proportion, and both of you are neither one of you is willing to talk to the other one because they're so worked up in their mind about it. So, kind of go back to what this relationship has always been. Go back to the good parts of it, and know that you want to salvage that. Get in control of yourself, and take a look at the other person's point of view. Moderate the situation. Use some, Temperance here is saying, let's just kind of find a middle ground. Don't be so extreme about the whole thing, and pull in both the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and perhaps a mother and father figure as well. But, do all of those things to bring the situation back down to earth, and then give some love to each other. And I think things are going to work out just fine. So, Spirit, can you give us any final messages on this situation here? Okay, thank you, Spirit. So we got the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups, very much, very, very loving energy. So again, I think that this is saying, give freely of your love, because the Queen of Cups, is an individual who has just earned so much admiration and so much love in their life that it's just overflowing for her. And so she can afford to give love to other people. And so I think that, this is the message that she has at this point too. The message that Spirit wants you to know is that you can afford to give love too. It's not, even if you were to give love and not get anything in return, it would still make you feel better about the situation. But I think you will. I think you're going to. I mean, the 10 of Cups here is absolutely saying that this is going to work out, and it's going to be absolutely even better than it was before. So, and the other card that we got is, again, the 10 of Cups. So, absolutely, this situation is going to be fine. It's going to be better than it was before. You guys just need to, kind of bring things down to earth, get out of your head so much, be more practical about this, think back to what you've had. Don't throw that all away, and give some love to each other, and everything is going to be absolutely fine. So, gosh, that was just that beautiful reading there. That is wonderful. So, I pulled some oracle cards intuitively ahead of time. So let's take a look and see what the messages are on the oracle cards for you. We have got the, Sacred Destiny oracle card, and the card that we pulled here is Voyage. Voyage. So beautiful, beautiful water card there with some whales. Very, very wise creatures. So let's read and see what Voyage is about. All right, Voyage says, humpback whales make the longest journey of any mammal. They travel 14,000 miles every year. They spend the summer months near polar regions, and in the winter, they journey toward the equator to tropical waters. Among some native tribes, whales are considered to be protectors of travelers and journeyers, as well as guardians of the sea. This card indicates that no matter what your journey is and where it takes you, You have protectors at your side. The sacred landscape wants you to know, get ready, you are about to embark on a journey. It might be an inner sojourn or an outer voyage to a distant land. It might be a project or idea that's coming to life, but most certainly you are an intrepid traveler sallying forth into the unknown. Where do you want to go? What have you always wanted to do or be? This is the time to make it happen. Get prepared. Have a clear vision of what you want to experience, but also be prepared for the unexpected. That is part of the exhilaration of being a traveler. Remember to enjoy the journey as much as reaching the destination. So I think here this is maybe just talking about, taking a journey into yourself to get more in touch with, sort of out of the present moment. The other oracle card that we got was Empathic Starseed, Energetic Sovereignty, Absorbing What's Not Yours. And this is from the Starseed Oracle. So Empathic Starseed says, Empathic starseeds are here to shift the world through their physical presence alone. They don't need to do anything beyond being here, thanks to the energetic change their physical presence causes. Due to their highly sensitive nature, empathic starseeds can struggle with being on Earth and in a physical body. Many are prone to addiction and depression, or tend to mistake other people's feelings and moods for their own. Natural introverts, they tend to prefer spending time alone or in small groups. Crowds can be overwhelming for them. If this card appears, consider lightening the load energetically. Don't put yourself under such pressure to go out into the world. Be gentle with yourself. Allow extra time and care to recover energetically if you're feeling pressured to keep up a certain pace. Instead, put on the brakes and treat yourself like a precious baby. Do whatever you can to take the pressures of the world off your plate. Switch off to switch back on. In today's world, it's normal to feel that we should be doing more, but perhaps being present in our life is enough. So this one I think is talking about, the emotions that you're feeling with regard to this situation. Just really, you may be having not only your own emotions about the situation, but you might be taking on some of the other individuals' emotions as well. I mean, certainly when we get in a fight with someone, we do feel their emotions. We feel angry, we feel hurt, we feel, and then of course we wall up, just like these cards are talking about. We block out whatever we can. We pull back in, and we don't want to deal with the situation. So maybe the Voyage card is talking about, getting outside of that wall that you've put up, getting outside of that barrier that you've put up, and journeying out to the other person. Send out an olive branch, make contact with them, and clear yourself of that energy, and then reach out to this other individual and see if you guys can't heal this situation. And obviously with 2 times the 10 of Cups, you will. It's going to be great. It's going to be better than it's ever been before. So thank you so much for being here for this beautiful reading. If this reading resonated with you, I would love to hear comments. Click the like button. If it didn't resonate with you, then perhaps this wasn't the right reading for you. Feel free to choose another reading. Or if none of the readings resonate, it just might not be the right readings for you, and there will be readings in the future. So I wish you all the best with this situation. I know that it's going to turn out beautifully. I'm sorry that you had to go through anything that might give you pain, but keep moving forward. It's gonna work itself out, and it's gonna make things even better than they were before. It's gonna open a new channel of communication for whoever is involved in this situation, and a new level of trust is gonna come about because of it, I think, as well. So blessings to you. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, I would be absolutely grateful for you. So yeah, thank you for being here. Group 2. This is your reading. Blue Calcite Heart, Group 2. And the question we're asking today is, how is love coming into your life? So let's get started. Spirit, can you give us some messages on how love is coming into the lives of Group 2? How Group 2, the Blue Calcite Heart, how love is coming into their life? How is love coming into the lives of Group 2, please? Okay. Okay, Group 2. Interesting start here. We got the Hermit, the Devil, and the Death card. So, for starters, something is going on in your life that is not healthy or wholesome for you. There is a repeating pattern or a habit that is putting you in over and over again, putting you in a situation or situations that are not good for you. And since this is a reading about love, my suspicion is that you may be finding yourself in relationships that are not particularly healthy for you. So the Hermit and the Death card are saying that you need to take a serious look at this situation and your motivation for it, and figure out how you can let this pattern go. You need to release whatever this is. It's not doing you any good. You also got the Six of Swords. So you need to move on from whatever this is. You need to take some time, take some introspection, really consider some other possibilities. Consider some new possibilities. Consider like a totally fresh start. Get as far away from this as you possibly can. So, take some time to go inward, to really do the shadow work, to really look at look inward, look at yourself and say, hey, why am I finding myself over and over again in these relationships or situations that just are not good for me? They're just harming me. I need to, you need to let this drop away. Something in your life needs to die, basically, so that you can make room for something new to come in. Again, here this is saying that you need to leave a bad situation. There's calmer waters out here. There are, there is better things ahead. You just need to take that step, but not until you've really figured out which way you want to go. Again, this Ace of Swords is talking about, you know, you need to not just step away from one relationship into another relationship, or one bad work situation into another bad work situation. You know, don't just switch up the players. You need to get a whole new playbook. You need to do something completely different. You've got the potential to find something that works for you. But you're going to have to figure out what that is, and you're going to have to make a move toward that, an intelligent move, away from this devil, away from this bad habit, away from whatever's, you know, not good for you. Get rid of that, and, you know, find yourself something new. There is something better out there. There definitely is, but you're going to have to move away from whatever all of this is. We also got the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is, you know, a very earthy energy, and a very loving, just laid back kind of energy, but in a very, I don't want to say powerful way, but she's a strong woman, and but she's just very nurturing. She's very allowing. She's very comforting. She's very forgiving. So maybe, you know, this is some energy you need to bring in for yourself. You need to forgive yourself for all of this stuff that you've done, and you know, these relationships that you've been in the past that just didn't work out, or work situations, or whatever situation it is that you have put yourself in over and over and over again that just aren't working out. You know, don't get totally down on yourself. This card is saying, you know, there may have been a lot of relationships, there may have been a few, there may have been what seems like your entire life has been tied up in this, but there's time. There's so much time left. You know, you're not running out of time. You don't need to get frantic. You don't need to get desperate. You've got this love in your heart. You've got this solid, just comfortable energy. You just need to know how to find it. So you know, do something new. Maybe it's something that's kind of been in the back of your mind for a long time. Maybe it's you know, if this is with regard to a relationship, maybe there's a kind of guy that, or girl, or whoever you're attracted to, but maybe there's a kind of mate that you've never seen yourself with before. I mean, maybe you kind of have, but you didn't want to let anybody else see you with this type of individual. But the type of individual that you're finding yourself with now, even though you get a lot of approval maybe from outside sources, is just really not the type of individual that you're going to be compatible with. It's going to be good for you. You know, this is about going inward, and believing what's inside of you, not believing what everybody else is telling you. So, you know, go with this Queen of Pentacles energy. It's just a very, it's a soft energy, but it's also a strong energy. It's, you know, it's just a woman who's just really, really comfortable in her own skin, just happy with her life, and makes everybody else around her happy. So you need to kind of reach more for that energy, rather than, you know, whatever this addictive, bad for you energy is. It's not doing you any favors. So Spirit, can you give us some additional messages about this, how love is coming into the lives of group 2, please? Okay. That's awesome. Okay, all right. So we got the Tower. So not only is this, you know, a bad energy that's just keeps coming around, and it's not doing you any favors, and it's just not a really good situation. but it's becoming untenable. It's something that's tearing you down over and over and over again. And you've been pretty resilient. You know, you're a very resilient person, but it's getting to a point where it's taken a toll. And if you insist on staying in this energy, if you insist on staying in this tower that's collapsing, if you insist on continuing with this cycle that just tears you down a little by little every time, you're going to come to a crisis point, and it's going to be real soon. So again, you know, you need to step away from this, even if it means not being with somebody for a while. In fact, that's kind of what the hermit is saying, you know, just take some time to go and look at yourself, just by yourself, not with somebody else in the picture. You know, the Ace of Swords, it's a singular energy. It's about a starting point, but it's also, I think in this case, about being one, being you know, a strong one before you are going to be with anybody else. So this tower energy is saying, you know, this is getting to the point where it's wearing too much on you. You're going to lose in this situation if you stay in it. It's really going to start doing some harm. You know, it may be that it's doing harm, you know, physically or emotionally, that's going to cause kind of a breakdown in energy. But even if that's not the case, even if you're resilient enough to get through all of that, it's doing harm in that you're sort of boxing yourself in. You're getting trapped in this energy, and your alternatives, you know, you're getting to a point now where if you continue this energy, you're kind of pigeonholed. This is you're going to believe that this is all you're ever going to have, or other people are going to see that for you and kind of direct you that way, or corner you in that sort of a situation or a relationship, and you're just not going to be able to see a way out, and it's going to collapse on you real soon. But here's the other card that came out, which is great. This is the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups talks about things being really, really wonderful. You know, finding a wonderful place where there's family and happiness and abundance. You're not quite there. So this basically is saying, you know, this is kind of leading to this energy. So I think that what this is saying is that, you know, getting out of this situation, having everything kind of collapse around you, and all of the stuff that's not working for you dying away, is going to leave you space and openness so that you can have all of this flow into your life. And, you know, being the solid, grounded, happy energy, both emotionally and just, you know, in your world, is entirely possible and very likely coming to you. So Spirit, can you give us some more information, some more clarity on this Nine of Cups, please, for group 2? Okay. So what we got here is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords says that you are feeling trapped. But the thing about it is, this is sort of a self-imposed trapped feeling. You're not really trapped. You know, the way is open. You have a blindfold on, and you're kind of loosely bound, but nothing is really tied up. There's no one else there that's you know, holding a knife at your throat. You're not really that trapped. You're just kind of, you've got it in your head that you're trapped in this situation, and you're not. It looks like that for all intents and purposes. It looks to you like you really are stuck in this situation, but you're not. And the other card that came out with that is the King of Wands. And wands are all about action. You know, action and being creative and being fiery. And so the King of Wands is, you know, basically saying you need to really, really make a strong effort to move away from this energy. I keep getting the feeling that this isn't going to be easy for you to do. It's going to be a bit of a struggle. It's going to be a bit of a battle to switch this all up. It's not going to be all sunshine and roses, but you have the potential to do this. You can move away. You do have, you do, even if it's just in the back of your mind, you do have some other options that that actually look pretty attractive, but you just, it's like you're not allowing yourself, you can't let yourself be in something that's good for you. And I don't know if that's because there's some outside influences that are, that you don't want to disappoint or you don't want to look bad for, or if this is more of an internal thing, that you don't believe you deserve a good relationship or a good job or whatever it is that this situation is talking about. But the Nine of Cups here says you do deserve it, and it's coming. You just have to make this move to get out of this situation. Spirit, can we get some more clarification, please, on where is this stuckness, this energy, this repetitive pattern? Where is it coming from, and how can group 2 get out of it? What is it that they need to know to get out of this energy? Okay. All right. So we got the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is kind of it's a loving energy and it's a giving energy, but it's also kind of a young energy. So, I feel like you're kind of in this feeling of, this is where I've been for so long. I can't get out of this. This is who I am. This is, this is just the way it's going to be forever and ever. And that's just not the case at all. This energy is saying, you can get away from all of this heaviness and get into something that's light and loving and fun. It's just a real beginner's mind. And the other card that we got along with that is the Page of Wands. And pages are all about youthful energy. And, Wands is about fiery and movement and creativity. And so, this is saying, both of these cards together are saying, look at this with new eyes. Look at this with a beginner's mind, or enthusiasm and excitement, and just looking forward to something simpler. These are both very much about a simpler energy. It's not such a heavy energy. It's not something that bogs you down. It's not something that makes you feel, like this is my bed. I've made it, and I've got to sleep in it now. I'll never get out of this. It's a very light feeling. This all is very, is kind of heavy. Even the resolution of it is kind of heavy. But I think once you get out of it, employing this new outlook, new perspective, and just a really youthful vibe. So again, we're talking about, look to something new, something totally different than you ever would see yourself doing before. Not because you absolutely can't do any, whatever this is, this new thing. You absolutely can. You've just never felt like you were trapped somehow. You've always felt like you were trapped in this bad energy, and you just couldn't get out. But you can. You need to see yourself differently. Let's get another deck here. Spirit, can you give us some more clarification on how group 2 can get away from this heavy energy, how they can move forward with more love, with this love in their life, this love that's coming. How can they move forward to more love and get out of this stuckness. How do they do that? Okay. And we dropped one on the floor here. Let me get it. Okay. 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 So again, we got the Hermit. So this is really going to take some reflection on your part, and some solitude. You're going to need to be with yourself for a while. You need to get away from distractions so that you can really go inward and look at what it is that what feels good to you. What I hesitate to say what you want, because I'm not sure you know what you want right now. I think that what you want is being clouded by some expectations, whether those are yours or whether those are somebody else's. So this is the second time that we've gotten the Hermit, though, in this reading. So this really, really is saying there may be some dark places that you need to look into, and bring some light into the darkness. Bring some light into the places that you've tucked away inside of you. Maybe there, is a situation or a relationship or something that you've always kind of dreamed of, but you never thought you were worth it, or it just didn't seem like it was possible. So you need to, first of all, go in and identify what that is. I think, that's part of what this is saying, that just setting off and not knowing what it is that you are heading toward is probably not a great idea. But if you can go in and kind of figure out what it is that would feel better to you, and we've got the Queen of Cups, and we've got the Lovers cards that came out too. So the Queen of Cups and the Lovers both are just really, really about feeling in love, that wonderful feeling that comes with, first love. And so, I think that this is, again, talking about figuring out, actually feeling the emotions of what feels good to you, what would feel great, what kind of a situation or a relationship would feel absolutely just the best thing in the world to you, and that would feel very real. We've got the King of Swords. So the King of Swords the King of Swords is a very powerful energy, and it's a very intelligent being, but it's not particularly, the King of Swords is not the most forgiving or I shouldn't say open-minded. He's very, very intelligent, very smart, but he's also kind of very demanding and doesn't suffer fools. So I'm wondering if this is the kind of energy that you're finding yourself in right now. If you're finding yourself in a situation or with a partner who is just not very tolerant, if you ever do something that is not exactly what they think you should be doing, whether that's in a job or whether it's in a relationship, you're instantly berated for it. And the Eight of Cups came up with it too, which could be saying that you're being held back from some opportunities, or being held back from a better situation because you're allowing this to happen, and this individual is sort of overshadowing you. And we've got the Strength card also. that came out with this. So I don't know if the Strength card is referring to, I think the Strength card is actually referring to you and your ability to step away from this relationship, because the Strength card is not just about being strong or overpowering, which this individual could be strong or overpowering, or the situation. But the Strength card actually talks about having inner strength, having inner fortitude, and not being bullied around, you know, being strong enough within yourself to not necessarily have to pick a fight, but to be able to withstand, you know, withstand something that is an affront to you, something that is harming you. So, so yeah, I'm still not entirely clear on what the situation is that you need to remove yourself from and how best you can do that. So let's see. Let's use this deck. So Spirit, can you give us some more clarity, please, on how love is going to come into the lives of group 2? How is this love showing up for them? Please and thank you. How is this love going to come into their lives? Okay, thank you, Spirit. Okay, so we got the Page of Swords. Again, you know, this kind of goes along with the Ace of Swords, starting out with sort of a childlike perspective, some new ideas, So again, you know, moving away from this heavy energy here and doing something more light, even just considering something that is more light, is gonna just sort of lighten you. By even thinking about doing something new and different. We've got the King of Cups. I feel like we already had the King of Cups. Did we? Maybe not in this. Oh, we had the King of Wands. Okay, the King of Cups. The King of Cups is just a sweet, nurturing, wonderful, fatherly being, influence. And just really a kind-hearted individual. So maybe this is the type of individual that you need to look for. Maybe you need to turn to this type of individual for some guidance if you're having trouble figuring out, you know, how to get out of this energy. Maybe this is your father. This might be your actual father, or it might be a father figure in your life. You might be able to go to this individual for some guidance. You know, they may have been sort of watching you from a bit of a distance and not wanted to step up and say, you know, you deserve better than this. But if you ask them, they'll let you know. So, you know, that may be what that's about. That you might actually need to look up this individual, whoever this might be, and get some advice from them. They can really help you with that. The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is kind of an interesting card to come out right now in this reading. This is basically saying that you have got more than you are giving yourself credit for as far as people who love you, basically, I think, in this situation. And people who will support you, especially with it coming out with the King of Cups here. I think this is saying that you do have help. I think that this energy over here is making you feel like you're really alone. And, you know, with the Hermit coming out twice, actually talking about being alone. So I think maybe you already feel that way. You already feel like, you know, things are crashing down around you, but you've got nowhere to go. You're by yourself. You've got nobody to turn to. But, you know, these cards are saying that there is somebody. Don't walk away from the love that you already have. And that love is very likely in the form of a father figure. So maybe look that up and see where that is. Yeah, and here we got the Six of Cups again. This is this very youthful, just sweetheart energy, starting a new relationship, being courted, you know, not, this is like just a very old-fashioned kind of cute love energy. Just very simple, very innocent. This, you know, it feels like this may be what you should be kind of leaning more toward, if you can. I mean, we've gotten this card twice. So I really think that this is saying, you know, let your heart be innocent, let your heart be young. You know, we had the pages here. A couple pages have come up in this reading. So, you know, that's a very youthful reading, a very youthful energy. Just saying, don't be so heavy. Just, you know, be light. You deserve to be wooed. You deserve to be, you know, whatever it is that this heavy energy is, you deserve a new start that is much more light and feels more nurturing than that. The other card that we got with all of these is the Justice card. So, you know, this could mean that you just need to balance things out a little bit more. Or, you know, don't be so down on yourself. But it could also be that there is some sort of legal matter that is going to resolve this energy for you. I don't know if that could be like a divorce, or if there is some, you know, if this is like a work situation, and you feel like you've been cheated or not gotten your due. This is going to come around, and this is going to sort of balance the scales. This is going to make things more fair for you, or give you a way to get out of the situation that's going to protect you, getting out of that situation, rather than, you know, it's going to be a situation where you are within your rights to get out of this situation. So, you know, I hope that helps you, and maybe this individual over here, this father figure, is going to help facilitate this, because this also came out with that. So, Spirit, could we get maybe some final thoughts on this reading for group 2, please? Some final thoughts on this. Some final messages, please, and thank you for them. Okay, that kind of came out in a clump there. I guess we'll look at those and see what they are. Okay. Okay, a lot of cards here. All right, so this is the Queen of Wands. So, I feel like we had the Queen of Wands already. We've had so many kings and queens here. Nope, I don't think we have had the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands, she is a very, very strong woman. She is an energy that is passionate and fiery and creative and just loving, and she gets things moving. She might be coming around to help you, to say it's time to get moving on this. Don't sit still. Don't get stuck in this energy. She's going to help you. You can pull this fiery energy in to you, and get yourself out of this stuck situation. She may even be representing a particular person in your life, who is a powerful woman. You know, maybe you're in a situation where you're just feeling really oppressed, and she may be an individual that can help you get out of that oppression. She may be a superior in a job situation or something like that. Again, we've got the Six of Swords. So basically this is saying, you know, you need to get out of the situation. You've got to get out of the situation. There's better places, there's clearer waters, but you've got to actually do it, move. You need to just get out. We've got the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is kind of playing on that Justice card. This is kind of about fairness. This is about evening out the situation. So there's going to be something that's going to even the situation out. There's going to be something that's going to make it less heavy or give you a way to get out. You're going to have the resources that you need to do that. And so you should be able to move forward with this. And again, we got the Tower. So the Tower again is just saying you need to move, you need to get out. You're going to get buried in this situation. It's going to deplete you. And it's getting to a point where there's not going to be any turning back. You're at the point now where you can still get out of this situation, but you need to do it. So you really need to take action to do that. We got the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is about protecting yourself. The Knight of Pentacles is about being strong and being just basically kind of, again, it's about protecting yourself. It's really about being strong and being right, being solid. But mostly I think in this reading, it's about, you know, protecting yourself. So I think you need to take some steps, align yourself with these people maybe over here that are going to help you, and also with the Justice. You know, make sure that you've got all your ducks in a row if this is something that could come back to bite you. And then we've got the Star, I believe. Oh, no, sorry, Temperance. We've got Temperance here. And so coming out with the rest of these cards, I think this is talking about not doing things in extremes. You know, we've got this along with the Justice card that was about balance. We got this with the Six of Pentacles, which again is about balance. So this again is saying, you know, don't go to extremes on this. You don't want to burn your bridges before you've crossed them. And you certainly don't want to, you know, create just a huge wave of commotion. You just need to, and I think this is also saying, you know, that it's not going to take as much as you think to get unstuck. It's just going to take a little bit of shift in perspective. You know, it's like on the teeter-totter. If you've got everybody balanced, it's real smooth and it goes back and forth. But as soon as one person shifts too far, bam, you know, it falls over and it flips the other person out. So this, you know, is saying, get some moderation, come to more of a middle point. You don't have to like go completely to the other extreme from whatever this is. You just need to kind of even things out so that it's going to be more balanced for you. And then you're going to be able to ride out the situation and it's going to get better. We got the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a powerful figure, also an authority figure, and a teacher. So I feel like this may be speaking about there being some sort of a moderator or an arbitrator that can help with the situation if need be. If, you know, if there's some sort of a legal option for some, or some sort of a legal angle for some of you on this, there's going to be an individual that's going to come into the situation that's going to be able to help with that. So yeah, I think that's what that card is about. We've got the Knight of Swords and the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands is kind of just, in this case, I think it's just dealing with a lot of frustration. I think that you're feeling trapped. I think that you're feeling like you're constantly fighting. And, you don't feel like you're making any progress. But the Knight of Wands is all about progress. The Knight of Wands is about moving and fast action and making decisions. Just bam, making decisions in a hurry. So I think that, you know, this card is saying, don't get stuck in feeling like you're trapped and not getting anywhere. Just make a decision and go with it. So, huge reading, sorry. But let's see what we drew. I drew some oracle cards ahead of time. So let's take a look and see what the oracle cards have to say. In the last reading, they were a little wonky with regard to what the reading was about. So we'll see how they go this time around. But I have a card from the Sacred Destiny. Okay, this is much better. Sacred Destiny card that we got is going forward. Going forward. And so, you know, I think this card looks like it's very much talking about just setting out on the path. Just get your feet moving, one foot in front of the other, one step at a time, and there's a much more beautiful place. There's a very beautiful place that you're heading toward in the distance. Let's read what this is about in this guidebook. Going forward. Grasses are one of the most abundant families of plants on Earth. From the earliest days of human history, grasses have played an important role in life. We eat grasses. Oat, barley, and wheat are kinds of grass. We have thatched our roofs with it, fed our animals with it, walked on it, had picnics on it, and made love on it. Its matrix of roots prevents erosion, and its lush, rapid growth produces volumes of oxygen. Grasses are one of the world's most significant food sources. Grass, in past times, has symbolized growth, productiveness, prosperity, new ideas, and fulfillment. Sacred Landscape wants you to know, when you receive this card, fertility, productivity, love, health, abundance, and fulfillment are ahead for you. Things are growing and expanding in your life. Keep going forward. Sometimes it may be easy to be distracted by what's occurring around you, but this card indicates that it is important that you not let anything hold you back from increasing the bounty in your life. Step up and know that your needs will be taken care of. Your life is escalating and intensifying in the best possible way for your highest good. So that card is definitely saying, you know, move forward one foot at a time. It's going to get so much better. And again, we have this 9 of Cups card here that is saying that you are getting to a better place. It's coming. Just keep up with it. Don't get bogged down. And then the other card that we got from the Starseed Oracle is Jump In. Adventure. Say yes to change. So again, I think that this card is fairly relevant here. Jump in. Andromeda is a spiral galaxy, the closest galaxy to the Milky Way. It's believed that the Andromeda starseeds are a group of beings who love their freedom, very adaptable. They have strong willingness and ability to change and go with the flow, to find calm in the chaos, to swim with swim with the tides. This card is here to encourage you to do the same. Perhaps you have a significant goal or opportunity ahead of you. If so, you're being guided to jump in. Don't wait for permission. Don't stall until you feel ready. Take a deep breath, a good old run up, and jump right on in. So, yeah, jump. Jump here, jump here. You've got a lot of cards that are telling you that, you know, just jump in, don't wait. It'll be okay. You're going to get out of this, whatever this heaviness is that's in here, but you just need to do it in a sensible way, you know, one step at a time. Keep things balanced. Don't go clear to the other extreme. That's going to be just as bad as staying in this energy. So, but there is something that is very hopeful and very youthful and very happy on the horizon for you. You've got some help here, so call in this help if you need it. In fact, call in this help even if you don't think you need it, because I think this is really probably some individuals here that care about you and really would be willing to give you that help. So blessings to you. I hope that all of this works out for you. I hope that this resonated with you. If it did, click the like button, leave me comments. I would love to hear how you feel about this. Subscribe to my channel if you like this. But most of all, I'm just happy that we could get a message out to you, and I hope that it helps. So I'm sending you love and blessings, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, Group 3. This is your reading, the Chrysocolla heart for Group 3. And the question that we're looking at today is, how is love coming into your life? So let's get started. Spirit, if you could please give us some messages for Group 3. How is love coming into their life? Messages for Group 3, please. Okay. Well, okay. Well, we got some very exciting cards and some little difficult cards here, but we got the Four of Swords and the Nine of Wands. Both of these cards talk about some healing and contemplation and waiting. So I think that you're kind of at a place now where you're not entirely sure which way to go. It's not a contentious energy so much. It's just you're not quite sure what decision to make. You want to take some time. You may have been hurt in the past, perhaps, with a love. So I think you're just kind of trying to slow things down a little bit. In fact, I think that maybe you have in the past, you've kind of been left out in the cold when you thought something was going to be maybe a long-term relationship or the one. And it didn't work out that way. So I think you kind of felt like you were disappointed by something in the past. And so you're kind of taking things slowly with whatever this new relationship is. And I do feel like it's a relationship here because we have the Queen of Cups, which basically talks of a woman who is filled with love. A very nurturing individual. So I think that this relationship is one that definitely has a potential to be very nurturing and very good for you. And in addition to those cards, we got the 10 of Cups, which whatever this relationship is, certainly, you know, if you need to stop and think about it for a while, that's fine. Everybody, you know, has to take things at their own pace, but this is going to be a tremendous relationship with so much happiness, potentially a family or just great abundance. This is like the happiest, most fulfilled card in the deck, except possibly the World, which also came out. So these two cards, we got major and minor arcana energy here that's saying you can have it all. This is just absolutely amazing. The Wheel of Fortune card came out with this too, basically saying take a chance on this relationship. You won't be disappointed. You can take a chance on this. It's going to be fine. So if you were hesitating because you just weren't sure if this, you know, was going to be something that you should get involved with this person or this situation, you should. It absolutely looks like it will turn out just absolutely wonderfully. So, you know, I'd say it's probably a pretty safe bet that you can definitely take a chance on this relationship and it will turn out really, really well. So, Spirit, can you give us some more information about how this love is coming into the lives of group 3, please? Yeah, so we got the Page of Cups here. Page of Cups is a very playful card. It's like this, in this case, I think it's the start of a new love. And it's that kind of love that just, you want to drive past their house all the time just so you can. And every time your phone rings, your heart just lights up because you think it might be them. So, you know, this is a very, very youthful, very honeymoon, almost kind of, well, not honeymoon. It's like the start of a relationship, that giddy, happy, exciting feeling that you get with a new relationship. And in addition to that, we got the Ace of Wands, which again is also about starting something new, something that's passionate, something that is energetic. So, you know, very new, very exciting energy here. You're at the start of this relationship. But I think that it's, you know, I think it's a very happy time, but it's going to lead into, I mean, it's going to continue to be very happy, but it will be more long-term than it is right now. I think right now it's just really starting out, and you're not entirely sure that you should jump at this relationship, but it looks to me like it's going to be just really, really very, very fulfilling, very long-term, very happy. So, Spirit, can you give us any more messages about this? Okay, so we got the Eight of Wands here, and the Eight of Wands is kind of energy about you're not sure of the situation. Again, we're kind of looking at this hesitation. This feels like it feels like there's a lot coming at you right now. So maybe you're feeling like this is just a lot to take on right at the moment. Maybe you've got some other things in your life that are taking up a lot of your time and energy, and you just don't feel like maybe you can give enough time and energy to this relationship that it deserves, or that it is probably going to take. So, it could be, again, that you're just sort of hesitant because you just feel like right now you've just got a lot coming at you, a lot on your plate, or a lot coming up soon. So the recommendation here is that you, with the Temperance card, just kind of not necessarily play things safe, although I'm hearing play things safe in my head. But I think that this is just saying that you want to go slow. Don't like move in with this person and like right off the bat. Don't just jump at this relationship, because it might end up being, I think it's still going to be a good relationship, but it might end up being a little more difficult at the beginning if you do. I think that by taking things slowly and by, maintaining your own space, whether that is physical space or emotional space or whatever kind of space you see that as, I think that you need to keep a little bit of your own space. You need to keep not necessarily some distance, but you need to keep your own sovereignty. You need to be whole within yourself, and don't share everything of yours right away, being your, whether that be your stuff or your energy or whatever. I think, take this in steps. Don't just jump all in right off the bat. So Spirit, can you give us some more information about how this love is coming into the lives of group 3, please? Keep my clump. I don't really want all that. More information, please, for group 3 about how this love is coming into their lives. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, we have like super major arcana and strong energy here. We got the King of Swords. The King of Swords is about really taking control of the clarity in your life. So, this I think is saying that I think you need to get clear on what this relationship is and what it can be, and also kind of how it fits into your life. So, I think that right there is kind of key. You need to get some clarity on how this relationship is going to fit into your life. And I think not necessarily whether or not you want to be in this relationship, because I think that you do, and I think that it's going to be a great relationship. But I think that maybe you need to sit down with this other individual and not necessarily set some boundaries, although setting boundaries is fine, but I don't want it to sound like, you're keeping them out, you're blocking them out, which is kind of the energy that is here. But I think more you just need to sort of protect your boundaries. You need to protect yourself, not from them, but so that you don't lose yourself too much in this relationship. I think that is kind of what the Hanged Man here is talking about, that came out also, that you need to trust in this relationship, but not completely lose yourself. You need to sort of hang on to a little something that's yours. And by trusting in this relationship, you are actually getting stronger than you would if you if you went into it and you were, I think this is saying that you don't want to be so protected that you don't allow the relationship to happen. That's not what the protection of the King of Swords or any of this up here is talking about. I think the protection is talking about just that you have to be strong within yourself. You have to be who you need to be, and don't let this relationship take that away from you. Don't let this relationship diminish you at all. You know, even if this guy is not the most run-of-the-mill kind of fellow, he's, you know, out here hanging upside down, you may need to make some sacrifices. This card is talking about. So, you know, it's not that you want to just dig in your heels and say, I'm not changing anything. You may and probably will need to make some sacrifices, but they're more compromises than they are sacrifices. You're still going to maintain who you are. You're still going to maintain your individuality, but you will have some compromises. You will come together with this. The Hierophant probably is saying that you're going to get married to this individual, or you're going to form a long-term commitment with this individual. Which may have, you know, legal ties, again, probably getting married. It could also mean that you will learn a great deal from this individual, but I think in this case more it's talking about actually getting married. The Magician and the Four of Wands, that's just basically saying that this relationship is going to be magical. It's going to be abundance and happiness and creativity. It's just going to light a fire under both of you. It's going to be the completion. It's going to bring, you know, your spirit into this relationship, and it's going to, it's just going to bring so much abundance to both of you. It's going to complete you, basically kind of a soulmate relationship. So yeah, this is just really a great relationship. Great reading here. You know, there is some talk of a little hesitancy to protect yourself up here in the beginning, probably because of some past situations. And you know, kind of the way to remedy that is just to make sure that you stay strong within yourself and know who you are, and, you know, that this other individual also knows who you are. And I don't think that's going to be a problem for them, because I think based on this read, you know, I think that it's a pretty amazing it's a pretty amazing relationship that you guys are entering into here. Spirit, can you give us maybe some final thoughts or messages on how this love is coming into the lives of group 3, please? Okay. Okay, well, this is interesting. We got the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Devil. So, with these two Knights, Knights are kind of protective energy. They're also, they're very strong. They're very reactive, perhaps. Knights are, you know, if it's an actual individual, if it's a person that this is talking about, this person is very proactive. The Knight of Pentacles is not so much a mover as he is a protector. So, you know, I feel like this energy, this individual, maybe you, maybe the other party in the relationship, but one of you is a strong protector, and they're going to always be there to ensure that this relationship is safe and feels strong. And coming out with it is the Knight of Cups. And so the Knight of Cups is kind of more of an emotional energy, and maybe a fiery, well, not fiery, but maybe, you know, someone who reacts more emotionally than they do, more with their heart than with their head. So I think that maybe this is saying that this is going to be a really good balance of a relationship. We're going to have this strong, steady, solid individual who's always going to protect the relationship. And we're going to have this individual here who is very passionate and who keeps the relationship fresh and new, and when this individual is maybe a little in the doldrums or a little sunk into or getting too stuck in whatever it is that's going on in their lives, this one's going to nurture them and pull them out and make sure that they don't stay stuck. Likewise, when this individual gets too worked up over something or too upset over something, this individual is going to say, hey, we've still got each other, and just bring it right back down again and say we're good, we're solid, it's okay. So those are really great cards there. But the other card that we got, which I'm pretty confused about, is the Devil. The Devil talks about addictions or bad habits. And so I'm not exactly sure what this card is saying about this wonderful relationship that we have here. So let's see if we can get some additional information about that card. Let's see, I'm not sure which deck to use. I think I'll use this one. So Spirit, can you clarify the Devil card for us, please? What does the Devil card have to say about group 3 in this situation? And what is the Devil card telling us? More clarification on that card, please, and thank you. Clarification on the Devil card, please. So maybe this isn't the deck that we need. Yeah, definitely not the deck that we need here. All right, let's try a different deck. Spirit, can you give us some clarification on the Devil card, please? Clarification on the Devil card here for group 3. Okay. All right, let's see what we have here. Okay, so we got the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is all about emotion. And typically it's a card that is really very, very hopeful, very loving. It's about being filled up with emotion. However, with regard to clarifying the Devil, I'm wondering if one of you might tend to get a little too emotional and maybe not use their head enough. Maybe this is going back to these Knights energy. The other two cards that I got were the 3 and the 8 of Pentacles. And Pentacles talk of really solid, steady energy. So again, we've got the Pentacles versus the Cups. So we've got solid, steady versus emotional and, maybe more heart-driven. And this is more grounded energy. So maybe the Devil is saying that there is a possibility that there could be some clash here because this individual tends to react with their heart and this individual tends to react more with their head, and not necessarily, in an overly intellectual way, but just kind of more of a, well, we'll just work hard and it'll be fine. And this person tends to get too emotionally worked up, or maybe this person gets too mired in, the workaday kind of stuff, and this person wants to have more fun. So I think that this is, the Devil is saying that there may be some clashes between these two energies. They are actually very complementary energies, but if you're not cognizant of that, this person can be overwhelming to this person, or this person can be too depressing almost for this person. The other thing that I'm seeing here is in the Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is about working with other individuals, basically, and the Eight of Pentacles is about putting in a lot of hard work. So I am also getting the possibility that there is maybe there will come some work situation that this Ace of Cups, this individual is jealous about. That maybe this individual will be in a situation that this individual feels left out of. And so that might cause some conflict as well. But, you know, the energy that I'm getting from this is it's not truly a threat for this individual. This individual, you know, doesn't see this, you know, maybe this person thinks that there's some sort of attraction going on here, but this person is just purely working, and they enjoy their work, and they enjoy the individuals that they work with. And so it's not any more than that. It's just a work relationship, but they are friends perhaps, but this individual might feel kind of left out because their energy is different than this energy. But that is you know, that's an addiction or a bad habit, or I can't think of the word that I want, but basically, you know, being jealous is all in this individual's head, and it's a habit that they have, that they jump to that when they feel left out, rather than thinking the situation through or being rational about it. So I think maybe this Devil card is just cautionary, saying don't let your imagination run away with you in a situation like that. Everything is fine. Everything is wonderful. This is a wonderful relationship. You know, give it the time that you need to get comfortable with this relationship, to get solid in yourself, and then you guys should be together. This is wonderful. So blessings to you. I am really so happy for you for this reading, this wonderful reading, and I hope it resonated with you. If it did, I would love to hear your comments. Also, if you'd like to subscribe, like the video, just come back to my channel. I would be absolutely so grateful, and I am truly grateful that I was able to bring messages to you tonight that hopefully will resonate. If this didn't resonate with you, you can pick a different reading. I just realized I forgot to look at the oracle card, so let's do that real quick before we finish up here entirely. We got success, and we got the cosmic heart. So I don't know that we need to say much more about that. This relationship is going to be incredibly successful. Also, the panther is a symbol of bearing a child. So I feel like this is also saying that there may be children in this relationship on down the road. Also, this card speaks of that. So I think that there's a family in this situation for you, whether that is children, whether that is, you know, fur babies, whatever. I think this is going to be a full family kind of a feeling, if not an actual family. And the cosmic heart, you know, is just basically, I think, talking about how being in love with someone in a very fulfilling situation like this sends love out into the universe. And so not only are you benefiting each other, but you're benefiting the world. And again, we have the world card here by being in love. So bless you. Thank you so much for being in love. And thank you for joining me here on my channel. Come back anytime. I'm happy to see you. Best blessings to you. Bye.